Hi, Janet Beckers here, and I'm really looking forward to being able to pick Keith's brain on how to be able to use Twitter to grow your list, and also to be able to help you as much to be able to do the same thing yourself. So, let me show you your very first lesson on how you can build real sort of traction through Twitter and to be able to connect with other people who are interested in the same topic. And we're going to do that actually while we're on the call and leading up to the call and following it. So this is a technique that you can see us using in action, and hopefully it will get you some ideas on what you can be doing for your own business. So on this page here, which is the thank you page that you would have seen after you've registered for the webinar, I'm going to put a link there to a place called Twubs, which is where we're going to be having a discussion. So let me take you over to there now. And here we are on Twubs, and it's a special one called Twitter Tips for Business. Now, in short, what this is a place that actually connects with Twitter, but it's a separate website. And what it does is it allows you to find all the people who are using this hashtag, which basically means after every time they've put a tweet, they've put this hash Twitter Tips for Business. So Twitter Tips for Business, and that means that everybody who uses that particular hashtag in any of their tweets is going to show up here all in the one spot. So you can easily find other people who are on the webinar or discussing it before and after, and you can find each other, you can find Keith and I, and you know the topic's going to be on this. So let me show you how you can join this, and you can join this even before the webinar starts and start getting some ideas and discussion. So I'm just going to guide you through as I actually sign up for this myself. So Keith has actually set this up for us. So you go to twubs.com, Twitter Tips for Business, and I've got that link there for you. Now, if you see here, if I try to type something in, it's going to tell me that I've got to log in or sign up. So that's what I'm going to do now. So and you can see he's already been discussing things here about other things that he does for Twitter for Business. So I'm going to go here and say log in or sign up. And I just figured the easiest way is to do it with your Twitter account. You don't have to. You could need an account, so you could sign up for an account. But I just find it much easier to do it here with my Twitter account. So I'm going to log in with Twitter. Because I'm going to be using Twitter anyway. Now it's going to ask me if I authorize Twitter to be able to link with my Twubs account. So here is my Twitter account. I can see it's got my name and my photo over there. So I'm just saying, yeah, that's cool with me. So I'm authorizing the app, and let's see what happens here. Okay, it's just taking a few moments. So there you go. I should have logged in. And now I can start contributing. So I'm just going to write something here, and you can see here this live feed, so you can actually see what other people are doing. So hopefully you'll start to see that buzzing over when people are actually on the webinar. So I'm going to type something in here, and I'm just going to do it on fast forward. So I'm going to pause this video while I write it, and then you'll be able to see what happens. So let me just go and do that right now. See, as soon as I've put my cursor in here, it automatically puts that hashtag there for me. So that's what it's doing. You don't have to write in hash Twitter Tips for Business. It will do it automatically for you as long as you're tweeting from within here, and it'll happen with everybody else. So now I'm going to start writing. And remember, you've only got a few words that you can use. And so you can see what I've done here is I'm saying, looking forward to picking your brain on our webinar. So I'm using this as a way of starting to promote it. And I've actually put Keith Keller there. So I'm saying Twitter Tips for Business. So I should follow this one up with actually having a link to the sign up page, so people will start to join us. So let me see if I can fit that in there. And you can see what I've done here is I just wrote that, and I've put at Keith Keller, so I'm doing something there that's going to put it in front of all of Keith's followers as well. Now this is something really good to know. I actually put in the whole link, so we have wonderfulwebwomen.com/Twitter5, but what it's done is it's actually changed it here to this little link, which is great because it's a lot shorter. So you don't have to worry about going and trying to get a shorter link, because the link can take up a lot of your tweet space, and so that's just a really good thing to know. So that link is already there, and see, it's automatically put this here, so it's gone straight over there into that into the stream here. And so now anybody else that's going to be following that particular hashtag, if they're coming over here to Twitter Tips for Business over at Twubs, they will be able to see what I'm putting there. So I'd love to see you come and join the conversation. And what I suggest you do is, before the webinar, come over here and you can actually find my link, my tweet that I've put there, and retweet it. And you do that by, let me see which one I find. I think it's this one here that you click. Let's see if that will work. Yep, so you've clicked that and it'll say retweet. Now the reason I'm suggesting you do that, I'm just going to click send. It's kind of weird to retweet your own, but anyway, I'm just going to do that for right now. The reason I'm saying that is, by you doing that, it's actually going to put your name out in front of the thousands and thousands of people that follow me. So as well as it's going to be helping people to, to find out about the webinar, which I will be very grateful if you can tell as many people as possible, it's also clever for you because it's putting your name in front of all of my followers. So you've got a good chance of just increasing your visibility. So before the webinar, I suggest you come over to Twubs, Twitter Tips for Business, log in using your Twitter account, and then find this one that I've got here, or any other one that you see that's that's going to be something that you think is worthwhile tweeting about, and just retweeting it. And then also just going and writing your own things about what you're looking forward to, especially any questions that you've got. Just type them in there, questions that you would like us to be able to talk about on our call. That would be great. So any questions you've got, and I know that Keith is amazing at over-delivering and helping people, so I'm sure any questions that you put there, Keith is going to be able to give you some quick tips as well. So that's what I suggest you do before the webinar. During the webinar, this is a great place for you to find other people who are on the call, and a really clever thing for you to do when you're on a live webinar is to be tweeting handy tips, your big aha moments, because if people see you as a person who gives really handy tips, as a really useful person, they'll want to follow and connect with you. So that's a great thing to do. So instead of just saying, oh, I'm loving the call, or something that's generic, share some really handy tips. So Keith's going to be sharing 5 ways to grow your list, so you can be putting one way, step number 2, step number 3. Share those things out with people, and that will help the people who are following you, and it will position you as a person who is really, really useful. And it also really helps us to spread the word, which is, that we've got a way to be able to help people. So that's what you can be doing during the event, and also connect with other people who are on the call who are tweeting. So if you see someone there that you think, they've said something good, retweet them. Connect with them, ask to be their friend, just connect with them and form friendships during the call. And after the call, you can also be telling people about things that you've learned as you've implemented things. If you do even one little thing that Keith talks about, just share that there to say, what you've done. Because if we can see that you've taken some action, that's fantastic for us. And this is a really handy tip for you. If you're learning something from somebody and you've implemented, that person that has taught you will love to share with other people you as an example of an action taker, to show that what you're teaching actually works. So if you're taking action, let the people know you've learnt from know that you're doing that, because if you let me know, without fail, I'm going to be retweeting and telling everybody about it, which is only going to help to increase your business. So that's a great thing for you to be doing after the call. And you can also be sending people to the page to sign up to the webinar, just so they can get the recording as well. So there's a few things that you can be doing through this Twub, which is really just a place where you can find everybody that's having the same conversation, so you don't get lost amongst all of that busyness that's over on Twitter. It just allows you to pick out those people who are having the same conversation as you. So there's some tips that you can do before, during and after the webinar. I can't wait to see you, and when you do sign in here, come and say hello to me. So you can just reply to one of the tweets that I've put on here or retweet, and that will get my attention, and I will come and say hello to you. So can't wait to see what sorts of things you come up with. Bye.